everyone, it is week 7. I really need to learn what days of the week it is. It's becoming a problem. So this week we're talking about ourselves, which is my favorite topic. So we were supposed to come up with 20 positives and 20 negatives about ourselves that we like and dislike about ourselves. So that was hard and easy at the same time. So here's my list. Can't really see it because of the light. But pros, negatives of 1, Jamie Potter. We're only supposed to talk about 5 from each, even though I would love to talk about the entire thing. We'll just pick 5. And I'm going to start with the negatives so that I can end on a positive note, even though there's not really that many negative things about me, obviously. So the first thing is I'm not the best at school. I'm not very studious. I'm not good at studying. I'm really bad at tests. I'm not good at it, and I don't like doing things I'm not good at, so I kind of just suffer through it. I don't have a very good GPA, let's put it that way. Second one is one that I don't talk about very often. I get very easily frustrated, and very easily overwhelmed and anxious. If I'm doing really bad at school, or if I get into a fight with a friend, or if I just have an off day, I get very easily, like, everything just kind of comes at me and I can't focus on what's going on. So I escape. Either I get drunk, which isn't really the best coping mechanism, or I will go to the library, which I don't really talk about very often because, like, I'm not good at school, so, like, why would anyone expect me to be at the library? But it's just, like, a quiet place where I can just, like, put music in if I want to and space out and, like, hang out and chill and just... the library is just kind of like my go-to runaway place if I'm not at a friend's house or something. I mean, I don't have, like, anxiety problems. I just get really frustrated and angry very easily. So I have mentioned that I like how I look. I like my body. I like my boobs. I like everything. I like myself a lot. But not everyone else does. And sometimes it gets to me a little bit. Body positivity is something that's super important to me because I am not what most people would expect. And sometimes, no matter how confident you are as a person, you're going to have days where you really just don't like how you look. You don't like how clothes fit you. You don't like when you get out of the shower and you look in the mirror and you're like, oh God, is that what I look like? You know, some days I will wear a tank top like today because it's warm, which is weird, but some days I don't feel comfortable with how my arms look, or I don't like showing skin, or I won't wear dresses sometimes because I don't like my legs and stuff. So, like, there's just a lot of things about myself that I don't always like. There's lots of stuff about my body that I like and dislike. Certain days I'm like, hell yeah, I'm gonna wear, like, the skimpiest dress, and some days I'm like putting on a sweater and like, don't look at me, just get away. This one is kind of a pro and a con. Being extremely confident in who I am and myself and my looks and my personality, sometimes I'm not afraid to let someone know that I like how they look, or their personality or something, and it comes across as too flirtatious sometimes. And I know everyone is going to say that there's one person right now, that one person is in our class right now who I'm kind of interested in, to say the least. I don't think they like me very much. Whatever. Sometimes I'm just I don't take no for an answer sometimes. I'll just keep letting them know, like, hey, you're really cute. Oh man, I saw this book. It totally reminded me of you. Hey, what you doing Friday night? I'm just not really afraid of flirting. And sometimes people aren't really receptive to it, so I've had to kind of go back and understand that not everyone is as flirtatious as I am or appreciates it. And the last one that I felt like talking about was I'm quite impulsive. I don't really think before I do something. Sometimes it gets me in trouble, like the whole fight we had when Severus made fun of Alice on Twitter, and I didn't really think about the repercussions of yelling at him on the internet where everyone could see it. I mean, it wasn't the end of the world, like, I don't even think about it anymore, and I know, like, Lily was really mad at me, and Alice was like, hey, I appreciate it, but can you just kind of, like, back off? You know, so, like, that, or, I have tattoos that I didn't really think about before I got them, and I'm not about to show them on camera, just so you know, that's not gonna happen. But yeah, sometimes I'm a little impulsive, and I don't think before I do something, and it's not really good. Yeah, I need to think before I do things sometimes. Now, on to the positives, because there's a lot more of those, but again, we're only supposed to talk about 5. So, going with impulsive, I'm also extremely decisive. Is that a word? I hate words. So with impulsive, I don't think before I do something, but when I'm super decisive and I'm like, again, I'm not sure if that's a word, but I'll be like, hell yeah, I'm gonna do this. With being decisive, I see something and I set my mind to it and I'm like, I'm gonna achieve this goal. Like, I don't care if you don't believe me. I don't care if it's not really something that's really doable for someone like me, or if I don't have the ability to do it. I'm going to do the best that I can to get this job, or to save up a bunch of money and travel the world. Like, I come up with an idea and I'm just like, I'm going to do this. So I think that's quite good, because sometimes it can be used for good, sometimes it can be used for bad, but most of the time it's good, you know, like one time for Sirius's birthday, when they had moved into my house with me and my family, but they were feeling kind of down because it was like the first birthday without their family, and so I was like, hell yeah, we're gonna throw a crazy birthday party. And so, like, I gathered all of our friends, and like, I went a little bit crazy and overboard, and I got like 1 million balloons and I put it in their room because they had the spare room across the room from me, and then I decorated the entire house, and my parents were like super into it, and they were like, oh, because they love Sirius. And so, like, I got everything, and then I got a bunch of clowns, and I got like a miniature petting zoo. Like, I got little goats and little pigs and little horses and little puppies and little kittens. It was so cool. And so, like, I go, I don't know if that's the right word, but I just go full throttle. I'm just like, going with that, I'm extremely loyal, which I love. Again, sometimes it can go a little overboard. I'm not afraid to protect my friends at any cost. I don't care what happens to me in the long run. If it inconveniences me, or if I might get in trouble for it or something, I'm not afraid to help my friends. I'm extremely loyal. Going with that, I'm also extremely protective, as we've noticed. Part of being in the Gryffindor dorm house, you kind of, like, we're all kind of the same, where we are super loyal, super passionate, and super loud and rambunctious, and, well, not all of us are rambunctious. Remus is pretty settled in her kind of zone, but, you know, like, we're all loud and we know what we want. We're very hardworking and just like, yeah, I'm gonna get this. So I'm extremely loyal and passionate and loud and excited and lovable and squishy and just happy. So that's it. And last but not least, this is not a surprise to anyone, I'm extremely good at pranks. I love pranks. Sometimes, yes, they go overboard, like the ice prank, like that one time we saran wrapped the school. That, you know, we went around, that was fun. I like pranks. I like laughter, because a lot of my friends, like I've said, didn't have good history in their background and stuff. So pranks and laughter and jokes, and like even harmless ones like whoopee cushions. Hell yeah, I love me a whoopee cushion. Or taking tinfoil and putting it all over Frank's room, like all over the walls and stuff. That was fun. Just such a great roommate. This prompt was really nice to just kind of talk about ourselves and our good and bad qualities. So that was kind of nice. I will turn this in Monday, which you requested, and hopefully you won't judge the fact that I wrote, I'm really good at sex. relax. Bye.